Good evening, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good night and having a good weekend. Just wanted to share a little video that caught my attention the other day. Finally had time to post about it. It's actually my first YouTube video, so be easy on me. I'll try to make this one quick. Everyone, most of us know about what's going on in Flint, Michigan with the water supply, leaching lead from the pipes, and how poorly the government officials handled that situation with not letting the people know for months or even maybe longer that they were drinking lead and essentially becoming damaged, irreversible damage. Really a shame. It makes it really hard to kind of trust who's in charge and who's telling us what's safe to drink. RT did a news story on this story, which I found to be pretty surprising. RT kind of does this every now and then. They have little tidbits of truth they throw out there, which the mainstream media would never really even touch on. So I thought I'd play it, get to the point here, play this video. I might pause it a couple times just to kind of put in my little 2 cents, but here we go.
The water crisis in Flint, Michigan has certainly gripped the nation's attention and drawn outrage over how something as devastating as widespread lead poisoning could even happen today. Since the start of the crisis in Flint, however, residents of other U.S. cities have started crying out over water quality issues that have gone ignored. Over the last few weeks, reports have come out about water issues in towns like Jackson, Mississippi, where 13 out of 58 homes randomly tested showed high levels of lead. And in Crystal City, Texas, a thick, dark sludge has been pouring out of city pipes since last week, creating a panic among residents, and even worse, city officials can't seem to figure out what exactly is causing the problem. These, however, are only a couple of examples. Other reports are surfacing now of water quality issues in New Jersey and Ohio. But consider this. In 2011, a study by the Natural Resource Defense Council found dated plumbing and polluted waterways to pose potential health risks to human beings. And that study looked at 19 cities, finding some troubling statistics here. Albuquerque, New Mexico, and San Francisco, California, for example, have among the worst water treatment systems in the country. Fresno's even worse. The city has no real source of water protection at all. And in some cases, like Newark, New Orleans, and Phoenix, when water issues came up, residents weren't even adequately informed. The problem with this is that a whole host of contaminants can be found in your tap water if the right safety steps aren't taken. In the case of Flint and Jackson, the issue is lead. And in fact, there are still millions of lead pipes all across America, but your tap could also host pathogens, germs, and bacteria that can make you sick. Byproducts of treatment chemicals like chlorine have also been linked to health problems.
I just want to pause it right there. Now, interesting, they point out water treatment byproducts. Now, some of us know they do treat the water with sodium fluoride, hydrofluorosilicic acid, and there's a big controversy, of course, unless you've been living in a cave. There's been a huge controversy going on about regarding the safety, and many years back in the 50s, 60s, and to today, the Dental Association says we need sodium fluoride for it strengthens the teeth, and you know the story, just for those that may be not familiar. But if you look at the back of a tube of toothpaste, it says if swallowed even a small amount, call poison control. And so they say it's safe. They say that we can brush our teeth with it. They put it in the water, admittedly, for water treatment, strangely enough. Now, if you look at any vat or, container of sodium fluoride, hydrofluorosilicic acid, it'll have a skull and bones, and it'll say poison, damaging to organs, and a big list of warnings and whatnot. That should make things a little bit interesting as far as trusting, our officials of why they're putting this in the water in the first place, let alone these other problems that we're now seeing. Now, even if you believe that sodium fluoride is healthy for your teeth and healthy for us, let's just completely forget that that's even in the picture here. All these other issues are happening with the water supply, which is kind of what really motivated me to make this video in the first place. And I'm going to have to make another video I'm going to put together some water filters and some little information I think I want to share with some people to kind of help them be prepared if this happens in their city. Because obviously they're admitting here, they're reporting that, you can't really rely on the government if the water supply is contaminated. It can be contaminated with all these things: lead leaching pipes, pathogens, water treatment byproducts, sodium fluoride, regardless of if you believe it's good for you or not, radon and other toxic chemicals. Back to sodium fluoride really quick. You can Google search a lot of information on it. There's arguments from both sides. I would just say, try to look at the information with an open mind and look at the history of sodium fluoride, especially back in World War II. A lot of interesting information on that, why that was used. And I want to play the video. Here we go. Here, let me get to here.
And in some of the cities tested in the study, toxic chemicals from runoff and pollution were also found. In many cases, the source of these water problems has everything to do with the fact that many U.S. cities still rely on plumbing, water delivery systems, and water treatment technology that dates back to the 1940s. It's clear that the issue of water safety affects everyone in America. Perhaps the growing list of U.S. cities calling foul over water quality will spark legislative action to strengthen water purity laws and prevent future tragedies. Manuel Rapolo, RT Studios, Washington. The water crisis in...
Okay, so after watching that, it kind of makes you kind of get that weird feeling that, I have to take action and be a little responsible for my family. If the water isn't necessarily safe to drink, and what can I do? I mean, most people I know, to be honest, drink out of the tap. Now, if that's not alarming enough, I mean, they're not even they won't even get warnings if the water's bad, So, and they're admitting right here. So, I think the mindset that people need to get in, they need to start thinking about, those basic things to survive, those basic things to live. I mean, water is definitely at the top of the list. This is what made me become motivated to even do this video in the first place. So I'm gonna put together a few little things that I've done to be a little bit more responsible in my life for my water safety, and I'll give you little recommendations too. So hope you didn't mind me with all the ums and okays and all these things. This is my first video. I'll try to get better with that, and I'll work on my camera skills and whatnot. I'm doing this with my cell phone, so hopefully I will improve over time. Thanks for listening. Have a good night, stay healthy, and I will post my video soon.